I am living in 2020. This is a young India which has never lived under Jawaharlal Nehru. This is a young India which is living under the India of the 21st century. And I think in Shaheen Bagh, in other places, you are finding different anxieties expressing themselves. You know, we need to reclaim our republic, not through a flag, not necessarily by wearing a flag or standing up for the national anthem in a cinema theater, but we need to reclaim the republic by reclaiming the values for which this republic stands. This is not a battle about Rahul Gandhi, Narendra Modi. अरे राहुल गांधी नरेंद्र मोदी आते रहेंगे जाते रहेंगे, ये देश बना रहेगा. We are much too focused on individuals in this country. This country stood for certain values. When today achievement, and I'm going beyond Shaheen Bagh only to say, don't even look at Shaheen Bagh. For God's sake, look at democratic institutions. There's a chief minister of a state today whose photograph I saw 6 months in detention without any attempt being made by the Supreme Court of this country to even hear the habeas corpus petition of life and liberty. And the best response I'll get is what Nehru ji ke zamane mein yahi hua tha Sheikh Abdullah ke saath. I am living in 2020. This is a young India which has never lived under Jawaharlal Nehru. This is a young India which is living under the India of the 21st century. And I think in Shaheen Bagh, in other places, you are finding different anxieties expressing themselves. Let's be honest, a predominant, in my view, who are leading Shaheen Bagh are women, yes, but also members of the minority community. They feel a sense of fear. Now, who is going, if Amit Shah can go all across Delhi to communicate Citizenship Amendment Act, what stops him from going to Shaheen Bagh? The greatest Indian that the 20th century threw up was Mahatma Gandhi. You know what he'd have done? He'd have gone and sat within Shaheen Bagh and listened. I agree with Sachin Pilot. There is nobody here today to listen. The greatness of this country came through dialogue. And I think what is happening, Namita, is the absence of a dialogue. Those voices in Shaheen Bagh are perhaps eventually going to get silenced. They will fade away. Elections will happen. But the anxieties will remain. The big headline, according to me, today is not Shaheen Bagh, but the fact, as I just saw in a leading Hindi daily, 3.74 crore jobs have been lost in the last 5 years in 7 sectors alone. You know, those are the issues we should be debating. Those are the issues we should be. It's not going to be about Congress versus BJP. It's not as if Sachin Pilot's party comes to town and things will change. But that plus democratic institutions. Supreme Court, Namita, notice board. Aaj subah 11 baje Amit Shah comes and says Article 370 scrap. No consultation. Supreme Court notice board. A Parliament notice board. Goes to Parliament and says that Article 370 is scrapped without consultation. Parliament is a notice board. Supreme Court does not discuss issues of life and liberty. Then you've got the executive, where the finance minister of the country is not present at meetings with economists and with industrialists ahead of the budget. Then you've got an opposition, which is completely today bankrupt of ideas and leadership and an organization. Then you've got the media, which is a complete surrogate to those in power. I concede that large sections of the media raise questions more of the opposition than they do of the government. You've got the armed forces, where army chiefs are acting today like political warriors. I mean, it never happened, and they get rewarded by becoming the chief of defense staff. You've got the Reserve Bank of India. 2 governors lost their jobs because they questioned the government. You don't have a chief information commissioner in this country at the moment. These are the issues we should debate. As I said, Rahul Gandhi, Narendra Modi are not what the democracy index is about. Democracy is about institutions. It's about values. And I believe both values and institutions today are in serious danger. Democracy is in recession. We keep talking about economic recession. We are creeping into an elected autocracy where democracy is in recession. That's what should anger us.
If you've enjoyed the conversation that you just heard, do subscribe to our channel for much more.